President Sharif Blair, Deputy Prime Minister, His Excellency the High Commissioner for India, distinguished guests. The trustees decided that I should be the one who should introduce the Deputy Prime Minister. I was so thrilled. I went and saw my wife that evening and said, do you know, would you ever in your wildest dream ever imagine that I should be introduced Nick Clegg at this gathering? And she turned around and said, my dear, you don't even feature in my wildest dreams. I didn't have the courage to ask what she thought of Nick Clegg. But I'm so delighted, so pleased that my party, the Liberal Democrats, actually are part of the government. And what better than to have our leader, Nick Clegg, as a Deputy Prime Minister. I know I've been given 2 minutes, so please keep patience with me. Very difficult for politicians, but I'll stick to it. If you recall, just before the election, people used to say, Nick who? Clegg who? And then you saw the leadership debates. And then suddenly you saw the top leaders in this country saying, I agree with Nick. I think that was the start. But the most courageous step that he took as the leader of my party was to enter into coalition, because it was right that the country, that the mess it was in, should be actually pulled out in terms of the economic crisis we faced. So we have within our party Nick Clegg and others. In fact, I often say that in my party we've got too many chiefs and very few Indians. But I was delighted to have Raj as my colleague in the House of Lords. But to say this, ladies and gentlemen, you've been waiting for it, Nick Clegg, the Deputy Prime Minister.